They say mirrors don't lie. But what if yours started showing something you didn't do? Someone you didn't look like? My name's Amber Reese. I'm 28, and up until a few months ago, I worked the night shift at a Kohl's store in Aurora, Illinois. You know the kind. Cold white lighting, sales racks that stretch for miles, that weird detergent meets cardboard smell in every aisle. I was assistant floor manager, mostly nights and weekends. It was quiet, easy money, and management mostly left me alone. Then came the complaints about dressing room 3. It started small. A woman came out, shaken, said the mirror didn't show her outfit right, that it felt delayed, like it was lagging behind her. The next night, a man said he saw someone standing behind him, but when he turned around, the room was empty. Third report, I checked the room myself. Bright fluorescent light, clean mirror, single bench. Nothing unusual. But that night, I started noticing things. Flickering bulbs in the fitting area. That weird cold spot just outside room 3. The air always felt heavier there, like walking through syrup. I brought it up with Karen, my store manager. She laughed. Just some dumb TikTok trend. Paranormal paranoia. Write it out. Easy for her to say. By week's end, we had 6 more reports, all about room 3. The mirror looked taller. I saw something with no face. It waved at me, but I wasn't waving. That one stuck with me, so I stayed late. After closing, I turned off the lights except for the dressing rooms. I brought my phone, set it to record, and walked into room 3. Nothing, just me. But when I played the footage back, there was a delay. For 5 seconds after I stepped out, my reflection stayed behind, just standing, not blinking, not breathing. Then it smiled. I didn't. It did. I showed it to Karen. She told me to delete it. This place doesn't need more rumors, Amber. I didn't delete it. I emailed it to myself. That weekend, we closed for routine floor waxing. I volunteered to stay late and check inventory. I also wanted another look. I went straight to dressing room 3. The mirror looked warped, just slightly, like it had water behind the glass. And the surface felt too cold. I touched it. Something touched back, fingertips, from the other side. I screamed, pulled back, left a smudge where the skin met mine, but there was nothing behind the glass. Then I checked the security feed. Nothing. No one entering room 3. Not even me. I watched the whole night play out. I never entered the room, but someone did. Tall, slender, face blurred, moving like a marionette with tangled strings. It stood in front of the mirror, then turned and stared directly at the camera. No face, just shifting skin. It waved. I ran. Karen said the system must have glitched, that maybe I imagined it. But the next day, room 3 was sealed off. Official reason, broken mirror. But I know the truth, and I can prove it. Because now, every mirror I look into takes a second too long to show me. And sometimes when I turn away, I can still see myself smiling in the corner of my eye. And last night, my reflection blinked twice. I only blinked once. Have you ever seen a child who looked too still? Not shy, not scared, just wrong? My name's Daniel Ortiz. I've managed the Kohls in Manchester, Connecticut for almost 5 years. Mid-sized store, good team, clean aisles, the kind of place where you memorize the playlist whether you like it or not. It was a Tuesday in late October. Slow foot traffic, pumpkin-scented displays up, and sweaters stacked high. A good day. Uneventful. Until the lights went out. It was just past closing, 9:04 p.m. I was doing one last walkthrough, checking the juniors section when the overhead fluorescents cut out in unison. Total blackout. Silence. Except for a sharp electrical pop behind the customer service desk. I cursed, pulled out my phone, and used the flashlight to make my way toward the front. Backup lights kicked in after about 30 seconds. Emergency red floor lights, dim, weak, everything bathed in sickly crimson. That's when I saw her. A little girl. Standing alone near the toy aisle. She looked about 6. Pale face, long, dark hair. Still as a statue. I figured maybe her parents got stuck outside during the outage. "Hey, sweetie, you okay?" I asked, trying to sound gentle. She didn't answer, just tilted her head. then said, "Where did they go?" "Who?" I asked. She turned her eyes to the empty racks behind her. "The little ones, the ones who don't move. They were playing with me." That sentence hit me like ice water. We don't use child mannequins. Not in this store. Not in any Kohl's. I crouched. "Do you mean toys? Stuffed animals, maybe?" She shook her head. "They told me to wait here until the lights went out." My phone started glitching, flashlight flickering. Static burst through the speaker even though I wasn't playing anything. She smiled. I stood up quickly. "Let's find your parents," I said. But the second I turned toward the front doors, she grabbed my wrist. Cold fingers, too strong for her size. Her voice dropped to a whisper. "Don't let them see your back." I turned. She was gone. Not walked away, not ran. Gone. I scanned the store. Empty. Every aisle a tunnel of red shadows. I heard something then. Soft tapping, like plastic fingers drumming on metal racks. Then footsteps, light, erratic, coming from multiple directions. I backed into the customer service station, hit the power breaker. Lights surged back on. Bright, normal. But everything looked wrong. Merchandise skewed, displays knocked over, faint handprints on the inside of the fitting room mirrors. Tiny ones. I reviewed the security feed. No child entered after 8 p.m. No one remained inside but me. But around 9:02 p.m., just before the outage, the camera showed movement. Shadowy figures, small, humanoid, too smooth, too fast. They flickered between frames. And in one still, clear as day, a cluster of child-sized figures stood behind a mannequin display, blinking. Mannequins don't blink. And again, I checked inventory. We don't stock child mannequins. The store closed for a week after that. Electrical maintenance. But I can't forget that girl, or her voice. Because some nights when I pass the store late, I see tiny handprints on the inside of the glass. And once someone left a message, written in backward crayon, "Come play in the dark again." They say a smile makes customers feel welcome. But what happens when they never stop smiling back? My name is Lacey Monroe. I'm 32, and I've worked as a cashier at Kohl's in Fairview, Ohio for almost a decade. It's not glamorous, it's not exciting, but it was safe until it wasn't. It started on a Monday morning. Clear skies, light breeze. One of those rare days when retail doesn't feel like drowning in slow death. Customers were polite, coupons scanned, coffee still warm. That's when I saw her, a middle-aged woman in a pink scarf. Simple purchase, 2 cardigans and a candle. She smiled as she handed me her Kohl's card. Nothing strange, until I looked up again and realized she hadn't blinked once, still smiling. Teeth just a bit too many. I laughed it off, told myself I was tired, shifted to autopilot. But then came the man with the glasses. Bought socks and a belt. Same smile, unmoving, unblinking. Same cart, same sequence of movement. Same pause before payment. Like he'd done it before. Exactly the same way. I started recognizing the patterns. Same people, same items, same positions in line. They'd cycle through, disappear. Return hours later wearing different clothes, but always that smile. Like their faces were stretched too tight. I brought it up to my supervisor, Angie. She blamed stress. "Try some lavender tea. You've been burning the candle. Go breathe." But I couldn't stop seeing it. The repetition, the smiles, the way they all seemed to be waiting for something. And then came the receipt. It was Friday. Heavy rush. I was running register 6, scanning like a machine. A woman, short curly hair, red lipstick, bought a gray cardigan, a candle, and a pair of brown flats. I handed her the bag, but before she walked away, the receipt kept printing. And printing. Page after page, like a scroll unraveling. The message read, "You were the first, smile wider." Then the paper jammed. I froze. The woman was still there, still smiling. And then she whispered, "You forgot your training." I don't remember the rest of the shift. I came to in the break room, hands trembling, lips dry. I looked in the mirror by the lockers, and I was smiling, but I didn't feel it. I wasn't happy. My lips were stretched, cheeks tight, like something was holding my face from behind. I tried to frown. Nothing happened. Just the same forced grin. Angie sent me home early. The next morning, I came in to find my face on the break room wall. A new training poster. Customer service begins with you. Underneath it, me, smiling. Eyes wide, teeth too white. I never posed for that photo. I started tearing it down, and behind it, another poster. Same face, older, me but aged, wrinkled, still smiling. I ran, but the customers kept coming and smiling, like they knew, like they were glad. My register now prints its own messages. They never stop. Keep smiling, you're doing great. Soon, they'll all look like you. I haven't been home in 2 days. I can't stop smiling. My face won't let me. And now every time I blink, I lose time. Last night I woke up behind the counter, wearing the red lipstick, holding a candle and a cardigan. And Angie, she just smiled and said, "Welcome back. You're on register 6 today."